Hello, this is Clémentine from Visions of Atlantis, and you are watching Chaoszine.
Okay, so hello everyone. Chaoszine is today here at John Smith Rock Festival, and I have Clémentine from Visions of Atlantis as guest. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you very much. We're super happy to be back in Finland after 5 years. Last time was Tuska Festival in 2019, and it's been a while. Like, we've been looking forward to coming back here in this beautiful country. So thank you so much for having us here at John Smith Festival.
And I guess you are also, like, in a way, as a band, like, influenced by Finnish music and bands like Nightwish, and there's quite a lot of, like, Finnish bands playing the same type of music that you do.
Oh, sure. I don't deny the existence of these bands, and Nightwish has been a reference for Visions of Atlantis, but in the past, mostly. And nowadays, let's say that we all have been listening to this band for years, so it's part of the subconscious of the influence. It's part of the spectrum of the art that we've swallowed so that we can create ours. But that would be very reductive to say or to think that we are just a Nightwish-inspired band, because I don't think that we really do the same music.
No, of
like
course,
if you listen
no.
Yeah.
And obviously you have, like you said, you have come like a big evolution as a band also.
Yeah, absolutely.
So again in Finland, and the year has been quite packed with you, a new album out and everything. So how has it been?
It's been beautiful in a way, because we've been waiting for so long to finally release Pirates to Armada. When we finalized that album earlier this year, end of the year, last year, we were sure to have done something even greater. Like, we put so much love into that album that the time felt so long before it was out. And it's been out now for like not even 2 weeks, and the reviews and the fans' reactions and the charts are
I just got an email about chart positions,
Oh, yeah?
and it was pretty good.
Yeah, it went absolutely beyond any kind of expectations we could have had. We're so grateful for everything that's happening.
So does it feel like rewarding in a way, because you have been doing this already like quite many years, and now for at least me it seems that you're finally like getting there, like more.
It's true. There's an evolution. Like, the awareness around our band is growing, and also we start to feel a little bit of recognition. For the hard work and for the passion that we've put in there, and this is rewarding, of course, because it feels like we're on this, like, that we feel seen and understood by the people who appreciate our music, because we make it for ourselves. We appreciate it very much, but we also want people we want to share that music with other people. And when we see that there are more and more people that are touched by what we're doing, it gives a lot of meaning to making that band our priority in our life. So it's beyond reward. It's more like we feel accomplished as artists. Yes.
So did you have like a clear vision where you wanted to go like musically after Pirates, because that album was already like quite well received?
We just knew we go on with how we were making that music. We kept the same team. Michele, our singer, took over even more of the songwriting. We kept the same producer, the same engineer for mix and master, which is Jakob Hensen. We same producer, which is Felix Held. We kept working with the same person for the orchestration, which is who is Lucas Knobel from Germany. So it's like we kept the same, and we did it again because we felt so understood that these people really knew the kind of music we were making, what we meant with what we were writing. So it was a continuity. But of course, as time has passed and things have evolved in our lives, and your mood is not exactly the same when you start writing an album and another one. So of course it's not the same music. Pirates 2 is not Pirates 1 done again. It's an evolution with continuity, yeah.
But now you have already started to get to like bigger stages already, and you played like pretty successful tours with Pirates 1. So was that anyway like in your mind when you were creating the second one? I don't know if you want to say it like second one, but...
To be honest, we're not a band that we don't live out of our music. It's not like we have to release an album every 2 years so that we can finance our lives. It's more like we make music because at first it gives us so it's so fulfilling as people on the personal basis. So
Yeah.
every song that was crafted in the period of time after Pirates,
Yeah.
that could have been used for Pirates too. Every song, we put the same energy into it. Like the song itself had to make sense, had to exist, has to be grandiose, has to be like we have to love that song before we can consider anything else. And yeah, at some point we had enough songs to be like, it's now we can talk about releasing an album.
Has the process always been like that for you?
Kinda, yeah.
Okay.
Kinda. I mean, there's always cycles, you know, you make an album, you tour with it, and then you make another one, you tour with it. Every band has these cycles, they're more or less long. And of course, if you want to write the best music, you know, you have also to put some time into it. And even if it can seem pretty fast that we released Pirates 2 2 years after Pirates 1, we wrote, I don't know, I think like 18 songs.
Okay.
12 made it to the real album, and we used 2 as bonus tracks. Because Meek is constantly writing, so that's the beauty about our band too, is that we don't lack of inspiration, we don't lack of musical ideas, so we can write music like very, very often. So we can think about, okay, next record maybe it could be that period of time, but if we feel like we're not going to make it because we like material or it feels less inspired, we're not going to release an album just for the sake of it. We want to make sure that first it resonates very much with who we are, so that it's decent enough to offer to the public.
But does the like barrier get like higher and higher and higher? What like satisfies you as a musician?
Well, the thing is that you evolve as a musician.
Of
so
course.
in a period of your time, you can be very much around, I want everything to be bombastic, gigantic, enormous, and you're going to write big orchestrations. And
But you can go that to like a certain level, but
Yeah.
it's like in the end, it's impossible to always top it.
Maybe, but what I wanted to say is that there is a moment where you're going to be all about orchestrations. And there is maybe like some time after you'll be like, I'm all about now being so dramatic with a more...
Like stripped down.
Exactly. And you have to be satisfied. Back then it was, you had to be satisfied with going for orchestrations, and now you have to be satisfied with going for intimacy. It's completely different. But you still need to feel satisfied as an artist. But the object can always change. In Pirates 2, we have very intimate songs, and we
Yeah.
have bombastic ones. And they both satisfy us the same because we have a different idea for each of them. So the idea is that we create songs and we have to be satisfied with every of these songs without repeating ourselves. But it does not mean that that we have to be more satisfied of what we're writing. You know, at some point we cannot really compare even one song to the other. And you evolve as an artist, you get better at your craft. So the artists we were when we wrote Pirates 1 were not the same as when we wrote Pirates 2, and we probably won't be the same when we were writing Pirates 3.
Of course. Yeah, but that makes sense.
Yeah, and that's why it's, at some point, it doesn't make so much sense to be like, oh, you have so much pressure because you have to top what you did before. Yeah, but we're not going to be the same people. We're not going to aim for the same thing. We're not going to repeat the same. So.
But do you need like a specific mood to jump into that like bombastic song, or do you need like specific mood to jump to that more like stripped down, more like mellow song in a way?
I think like Meek gets a lot of ideas like almost randomly. Like suddenly he's like, have a new song idea, it's all in his head, and then he sits down on the computer and he starts crafting the song. And then he's getting a bit better at the guitar. He's riffing better and better. So that's why in Pirates 2 there are more guitarists actually than on Pirates 1.
Okay.
And what I wanted to say is that at the beginning of the song you don't exactly know. You know, it's like you go with the flow of the idea. And you go for the idea. You want to make that idea stand out. And maybe this idea is going to call for something more intimate. Or maybe this idea is going to call for choirs and a super bombastic
So
thing.
the music leads the way naturally.
Exactly. Absolutely. And the way we write, because I've participated to the songwriting of many songs of Pirates 2, is super instinctive. It's like, now I hear these kind of parts afterwards. We're not thinking, but it's not so much from the brain. We get into the zone, we're like children, and we play with creating a new universe for this part, and then they're like, oh, and imagine this character, it's like a voice, it's like a ghost. Oh yeah, and then now there's a choir of fate. It's a common creation and construction. It's almost not even conscious.
But that's the best way to make music,
think so,
because you
yeah.
don't force it.
Exactly.
Forcing it, it's always the like wrong way.
Yeah, and you feel it as an artist, and the people feel it too.
So you are now in Finland. What does the future overall look like? Is it gonna be packed with tours, or how does it look like?
We have a couple more festivals after this one in Germany at the end of summer. And then we have a beautiful tour that unfortunately does not reach Scandinavia, but reaches a lot of places in Europe. It's called the Armada Tour from the 19th of September to 26th of October, and we reach many, many places. I think we have 9 shows in Germany, 2 in the Netherlands, 3 in England, 3 in France, and then also Spain, Portugal, Italy, Switzerland. Yeah, it's going to be a great tour. Poland as well, Czech Republic,
Hopefully
Hungary.
there will be your own club show one day in Finland.
We would love that, absolutely. Absolutely.
So we hope that it happens next year sometime.
We'll see, because right now we're discussing plans for next year. Nothing is written in stone. We don't know if we would do another European leg next year or in 2026 as a headline. We will see. But for sure, it's not that we don't want to reach high up north. It's more that some people have to want to invite us over.
Let's hope that happens. Thanks a lot for taking the time, and all the best for the future. Anything you want to say as a closure to all the fans?
Well, I want to say thank you so much for all the people who are following Visions of Atlantis from Finland, even if we haven't been visiting you as a headline band in a while or ever. So thank you so much for your support, because we see you from all the streams and the messages, and looking forward to having the chance to play your city for real in a club.
Thanks a lot.